The Ultraversity, Part 4, Social Structure. The social structure under autocracy will be characterized by the most thorough organization of its members, or what in current parlance would be called complete regimentation. The family will be the unit. It will be a functioning unit. The family is the best structural unit for enabling the individual to fulfill his responsibilities to the community. If it did not already exist, it would have to be created. The same relationships that have been described as existing between man and the earth, between individual and individual and the state, exist also between the family and the earth, family and the family and the state. Establishment of a family is a privilege as well as a responsibility. A primary responsibility of the family is to propagate, maintain, and progress the race. This will be done under genetical controls. The right to establish a family is to be granted to those who have the ability to perform the functions and assume the obligations involved. The responsibility for establishing a family cannot be avoided by those possessing proper individual and genetical characteristics. Society has a responsibility to future families and individuals for providing only desirable individuals from which families can be constructed and the future race produced. In order to meet this obligation, it has the right to control the mechanism through which the race is being continually recreated, the family. Society can assume the responsibility for genetical control because it has the ability to make it effective through adequate scientific knowledge of the mechanisms involved, and because such genetical control is essential for the welfare of the race. The wisdom which accompanies this knowledge will dictate that the laws will be applied with such elasticity or rigidity which the individual case requires for the welfare of the race as well as the individual. Each individual has a right to require from society a satisfactory mate, and conversely, has the responsibility to produce only such for others. Genetical control will make it possible for both this right and this responsibility to be satisfied. The propagation of undesirable types will not be permitted. The family is an economic unit both in consuming and producing. It must be the unit on which all economic calculations are made. Each family will have the responsibility to engage in the production of goods or services. It will have the counterbalancing right to receive in goods and services, directly or indirectly, the same amount of values it produces. Society has the responsibility for so arranging its methods and mechanisms that all those who contribute productive or progressive effort will receive equivalent return. The family, through home activities, provides valuable services to its members who engage in outside productive effort. These become part of the worker's contribution to the economic circuit, and the family must therefore be made the unit of economic calculations. The family is a cultural unit. It has a responsibility to maintain the highest possible cultural standards and to advance the cultural interests of its members. It has the right to utilize the cultural privileges available in the community to the extent to which its members have abilities to use these cultural advantages. There will be variations in the status of the members of a community. This variation will result from the differential abilities of the individuals. Compensation will be on the basis of the individual's contribution to the economic circuit, the greater ability receiving the greater compensation. Those making greater contributions of valuable efforts will have to meet greater demands upon their incomes in order to maintain the greater abilities. It will be a responsibility of the community to aid all individuals to develop their talents and increase their abilities. The individual carries a responsibility to develop all of his talents, that he may be able to make the greatest possible contribution to society. The aim of the social structure mechanisms will be to increase to the maximum the freedom, comfort, and happiness of all individuals.